Hey guys, welcome to a new Whatif, and this one is, what if Naruto had Superman's powers? Okay, before we get into this, I want to thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers, and this is a 2,000 subscriber special. Okay, anyway, the like goal for this video is 75 likes, as I want to make more of this, and other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, let's try to hit 3k before the end of 2020. And other than that, let's get into this. Minato and Kushina were on a mission together. This was before she was pregnant. And as they were on a mission, they were resting until they see what seems to be a shooting star come out of the sky. As they're enjoying it, they notice something. The shooting star is more like a metal, and there's something inside it. Minato and Kushina rush over. And in this timeline, they don't decide they want to have a baby yet. So Naruto will be the same age. Well, not the same age, a few months older. And when they pull him out, it's a kid. And he has black hair. And blue eyes. I'm going to keep it blue. Anyway, as they pick him up, they feel a mysterious power radiating off the baby. And as they look into the ship, they see the name, Naruto. And decide, yes, that's a perfect name. After taking him back to the village, he's welcomed, and no one really questions Minato, as he is the fourth Hokage. No one questions him about the baby, and they just expect Kushina kept the pregnancy secret, which does annoy Sasuke's mom a little bit, but she understands. Anyway, the only one who knows the truth is the third Hokage, and Jiraiya. Jiraiya still being Naruto's godfather, he feels a slight connection with Naruto. And the third Hokage also feels the strange power Minato and Kushina felt. As the baby turned 2 months old, he already displayed weird abilities. Strength far beyond his age, being able to lift up the Hokage's desk as if it was nothing. His speed was also increasingly growing as the days went on. From being able to crawl around at speed to barely walking, but his walking being a normal speed, which is not expected for any baby at all. But one night, as they were sitting there happily together, a roar, a shattering roar, soul-crushing roar appears, and Minato automatically recognizes this. It was the nine-tailed fox attacking a leaf. Minato rushes out, and as he sees the nine-tailed fox, he remembers he has a flying Raja mark placed on the Hokage mountain, and teleports there instantly. But he didn't realize Naruto was holding on to his leg. Before he left, Naruto grabbed on. Minato is panicking now. He can't really hold on to Naruto and stop the nine tails. This is where Kushina runs up next to him and says, "Pass me Naruto now!" And as he does this, the nine tails attacks. Minato pars this attack there, and he grabs onto the nine tails and teleports him away from the village, along with the masked man. Their fight goes the same, but as they were fighting, the nine tails ran back to the village under Obito's command. And just in time, Minato gets there, but he was too late. He might have stopped damage to the leaf, but not to himself, not to Kushina, but just barely. They were managed to stop the claw that killed them originally going through Naruto. Minato's eyes tear up. And he's thinking, damn it, we could have gave you a life. We could have discovered your abilities together, but not anymore. And this is where Minato realizes what he has to do. And you're probably wondering something. How does Kushina not have the nine tails? And this is what Minato thinks as well. And this is where he's thinking, no, a genjutsu. And as he looks and he feels at his chakra, he breaks out of it to be in his house. And just as he broke out of it, he turns around to see that masked man with Kushina and Naruto holding on, and he uses Kamimi to get away. Minato teleports to the Hokage Mountain, and he's too late. The Nine Tails has already been extracted, and Minato knows what he needs to do now from what he saw earlier. He runs out with 2 kunais in hand and parries the Nine Tails attack, but this time it was stronger than he expected, and it tore through him and Kushina, and it was about to tear through Naruto. Until Minato activated the Death Reaper Seal just in time, stopping the claw. One sec. Daisy, shut up! Good girl. As he stops the claw, he realises something. His power is far beyond what he expected. And just before it reaches Naruto, Minato does what he has to and uses the Deeper F Seal. Reaper Death Seal! Damn, my English is bad. And this halts the Nine Tails as his soul is slowly being extracted. And he realises, damn it, I can't risk giving it to Kushina and then the Nine Tails just breaking out again when I'm dead. That's it. I'm sorry, Naruto, but I'm gonna have to. And he seals the entire Nine Tails inside of Naruto, praying that Naruto will be able to hold it in with his supernatural physical capabilities, and his wish was granted. And after their death, the third Hokage arrives on scene, and he's about to take Naruto until Jiraiya appears, and he gives the third Hokage a stare, which the third Hokage already knows what Jiraiya wants. He says, "You might not be able to take this child now that the Nine Tails is with him. The village elders won't allow it." And then Jiraiya scowls. At the same time, the village elders appear and says, "You're right, Hiruzen. We're taking this child. We're going to make him a weapon of the leaf." This is what Jiraiya says. "You want to see a weapon of the leaf? The weapon of a leaf? Tell you what, if you don't give me my grandson, I will attack this village relentlessly, join the Akatsuki, and just overall destroy the Leaf Village." And Hiruzen prepares to fight until Jiraiya appears in front of him, enraged by not only his student dying, but now his godson isn't even being handed over to him. And then as the elders prepare to fight, Jiraiya's already punched them in the face, in the stomach, and says, "You know what? I'm just going to kill you both now." And the elder said, spit out and says, "Fine, you can take the child, but if he acts up even once, we'll kill him." Sorry about my voice. Jiraiya agrees to this, and Naruto gets raised as a normal kid, except for the grueling training he endures. And over the time, Jiraiya repeatedly threatening the elders decided to give up on Naruto becoming a weapon, but Naruto has not. But even he knows not to mess with Jiraiya. So, Naruto's training, as they realise something, Naruto's chakra doesn't seem to have a limit. It seems to come from the power of the sun. And Jiraiya is impressed with this. And as they keep on doing this chakra test, when Naruto's about 3, he hands him a bit of paper. And they discover Naruto has every chakra nature. And Jiraiya is impressed, thinking, my godson's going to become the most powerful person in this world. And as Naruto goes up, his friendship with Sasuke is quite a bit different. Oi, Daisy, stop it! Ow! She bit my foot. Ow! Oi! His relationship with Sasuke is quite different. With it not being blamed on the Uchiha, as Jiraiya stood by them, knowing that would be Minato's last wish. He stood by them, and it was not blamed on them, so there was no massacre. So that also means Sasuke never changed. He always stayed Naruto's friend/rival. But the only thing different was Sasuke was no longer the superior. This was in Naruto's favour, as his strength only grew. And as they would fight, Naruto would body Sasuke each time more and more. That's where Itachi realises it. He's going to train Sasuke and Naruto. So as they train, their relationship not only becomes stronger, but so do they. And Sasuke's even keeping up with Naruto. And Jiraiya sees this and thinks it's only fair. And he starts training Sasuke as well. Sasuke in this Whatif has the chakra natures of fire, lightning, and earth. and water. But the water and earth ones aren't that strong, but you can use it. And he has no wind, of course. And the reason he has this is just because it's my Whatif and I'm doing what I want. I'm sorry, I'm being honest. Okay. So as they go through the academy, instead of Sasuke being on top, it was Naruto. And here comes the final day. There is Naruto, even though Kurama is inside him, the limitless chakra just outweighs the effect that Kurama has on his chakra. And he can perform clones perfectly. This is where Mitsuki tells Naruto, if you want to become Hokage, which everyone knows Naruto does, and they all believe he can do it, but they don't show it as they do hate the Naruto's in him. But because of Jiraiya, they still respect him. If you want to become the Hokage, you need to steal the scroll of sealing. And this piques Naruto's interest. But there's an ability that no one knows Naruto has, superhearing. And he listens to Mitsuki's heartbeat. As he says this, his heartbeat rises rapidly and he says, "Stop lying to me." And Mitsuki's like, "I'm not lying to you. I'm just a bit nervous because if you turn me down, I might get in trouble because I'm not meant to tell you." And Naruto, despite knowing Mitsuki's lying, decides to go on with it, as he's interested in this scroll of sealing, and he steals it quite easily. And as he opens it up, he sees quite a weird thing. Shadow clones. And next to it, Kagebushin, no Jutsu. And he practices this, and he gets it quite a lot. And it's quite a bit easier for him. And then as he looks through it again, having more time than the original, he sees Flying Rajan and learns that Minato, his father, who he knows, is his father now because of Jiraiya, he uses his jutsu. And he uses a special kunai, which Naruto thinks he has, as it was a last gift from his father. And he copies that down. As he keeps on looking through this, Mitsuki appears. And Aruka's on his tail quite a bit. And Mitsuki starts laughing like a maniac, saying, "Thank you, you nine-tailed brat. You might have caught me out lying, but I guess you didn't expect me to try and kill you, did you? Because you're just everyone's favourite. Well, guess what? I am Orochimaru's favourite, and he's stronger than Jiraiya will ever be." And Naruto's curious by this, and says, "Really? Why don't you come and fight me then?" And Mitsuki starts laughing, saying, "I've looked for a reason to kill you, you nine-tailed brat." And Naruto gets offended by this, but Mitsuki's a bit shocked. "Why aren't you shocked about me calling you a nine-tailed brat?" And Naruto starts laughing himself, says, "You do realise I live with Jiraiya, right? You really think he wouldn't tell me?" And Mitsuki's in a bit of shock, thinking, "Wait a minute, can you control it?" And Naruto pouts a bit, as even with his power, he hasn't been able to even contact Kurama. And he says, "No, but that doesn't mean I can't." And at this time, Iruka arrives and says, "Naruto, give the scroll back." And he looks at Mitsuki and says, "Oh, good, you're here." And Mitsuki smiles and says, "Yeah, Iruka, I've always wanted to kill you too." And he jumps at him with a kunai. And Naruto reacts just in time, landed a solid hit on Mitsuki's gut. And he continues this attack, pummeling Mitsuki. And then he walks off, letting Iruka deal with him. But Iruka hasn't realised this yet. Naruto still has to seal him, but before he can stop him, he disappears. As Naruto this time doesn't have a reason that us Iruka can pass, as he already has at the top of his class. And he goes back to his house and gives Jiraiya the scroll. And Jiraiya laughs, thinking, "Even I haven't got my hands on this yet." And as he decides to make a decision, return it and lose this possibility, or copy it down and then return it and get away with stealing it, and I'll get even stronger along with Naruto. And he smiles and copies this down. And after this, he scolds Naruto, saying, "You brat! You could have got a call, and then I could have got in trouble. Then we could have got kicked out of the village. You know what that means? I couldn't do any more research." And Jiraiya smirks. Naruto face plants, thinking, "Why do I live with this pervert? And better question, why is this pervert allowed to be my guardian?" But Jiraiya hears this and says, "Oi, I'm not a pervert, I'm a connoisseur." And Naruto just face plants again and says, no. But this is where Jiraiya reminds him, saying, Naruto, you meet your sensei tomorrow. Make sure you're good. And Naruto gets his team. Team 7. Sasuke. Naruto. And Naruto and Sasuke look at each other and fist pump. And then Sakura's praying, hoping that she gets with Naruto and Sasuke. So's Ino. So's every girl in the class. But Naruto isn't praying. She's blushing, hoping. But she hasn't let this be seen. And this is where the final person gets read out. And the final person is, wait a minute, this has to be a mistake. This is a 2-man team. And Naruto and Sasuke are shocked but happy at the same time. But this is until Hinata decides to take a step and decides, if I just stand by, nothing will change. Naruto will never notice me. And she stands up and says, excuse me, Iruka-sensei, but following the rules, there needs to be at least one Kunoichi on the team. And I think I would go well with Sasuke, as when he awakens his Sharingan, with my Byakugan, we'll be able to strengthen it. And I'll be able to notice any disturbances in their chakra. And every girl scowls at Hinata. But this is where Naruto blushes a bit. He's always noticed Hinata, but she's never really stood out to him like that, as she never stood up for herself. And this sparks an emotion inside Naruto he's never had before. Is this a crush? Naruto gets his head brought out of his mind. And he looks at Sasuke and nods and says, she will be helpful for our training. And they both stand up and says, yeah, we were thinking the same thing. We actually want Hinata on our team. And all the girls are shocked. And Hinata smiles. And Iruka says, well, you can't really change it. And this is what he says, I'll get the old man Hokage to fix it. And you all know who will listen to me. And Iruka just put faith plants. But he knows that the third Hokage will change whatever Naruto wants, as it will be for the better. And Naruto's quite a bit more mature. And Hinata gets put on their team. And you might be wondering, why is Sasuke the second in the class and Naruto at the top of the class together? And this is because Itachi, one of the greatest ninja in the Leaf, as well with Jiraiya, also one of the greatest ninja in the Leaf, trained each of them. And this will be quite useful. And then Iruka's even more shocked and says, okay, your senseis. And he decides not to turn on their senseis like the usual, but he looks at Naruto's team and says, wait a minute, now I know why there was a 3-man team. They have 3 people going to be their senseis, and none of them can be denied, so they all got accepted. So Team 7 has 3 senseis. And when he looks at who they are, his jaw drops. And now we cut to the next day. Actually, you know what? I might have forgot something there. As each sensei comes in to collect their students, Sasuke, Naruto and Hinata are waiting. And Naruto actually decides to go talk to Hinata, as he still has these feelings for her. And as they start talking, they realise they're a lot alike. They both want power to protect the people who they love. And they want to prove themselves to people. And they get along quite a bit. And Sasuke makes a slight comment saying, oh, Naruto, would you find a special someone? And Naruto and Hinata blush. But Naruto snaps out and looks at Sasuke and says, shut up, you're just mad because Ino didn't get on the team. And unlike the original, Sasuke actually has a crush on Ino. And Hinata's shocked at this, and he always thought that Sasuke just didn't have a crush on anybody. But this is where the door opens. And Naruto and Sasuke smile as the first one there is Itachi. And they're all happy and say, well, yes, we got you. But then someone else walks in. They smile even wider. Yes, we have 2 senseis, and it's Jiraiya. And then there's a third person, and they're all shocked as they know who this is. Wait, there's Kakashi? No way! And this is where they all start cheering, and they're like, we have 3 senseis, we're going to be the greatest. And then they all sit down and get informed. The same as the way the third Hokage had his elite team. They decided to make you lot the elite team now. And they're shocked that Hinata's on the team as they only requested Naruto and Sasuke. But Naruto explains, she has the Byakugan, and once Sasuke's Sharingan awakens, that will be extremely helpful. as two Kenka Genkais and the most powerful ones in the village on the same team, that will boost all our progress. And Jiraiya, Kakashi, and Itachi look at each other and agree, and introduce themselves. Hinata's shocked that Naruto and Sasuke have been trained by these two powerful ninjas. But then they let their conversation continue. The same way the third Hokage had his elite team, you are our elite team. Each one of you will become a Hokage candidate when you're older. That's if you want to. But the other you will be known as Sanin, but that's not official yet. We're still coming up with a different name. And they all smile and bow. Anyway, the next day they go to their test. This one's actually different. It isn't the bell test. This is about all three of them goes against their three teachers. As Jiraiya and Itachi and Kakashi all know that they know teamwork. And Jiraiya's picked up on the fact that Naruto likes Hinata and vice versa. And he tells the other two, which they realise they don't really need to use a test of teamwork for them two then. And as their rules are, if you can get any of us to hit the floor or get 10 hits at max on us, then you pass. But each of you need to do it to at least one of us. And they will smile him again. Hinata activates his Byakugan. Naruto starts charging his chakra. And Sasuke gets into a fighting stance. But unknown to Kakashi and Itachi and Jiraiya, that's going to be long to say, they don't realise Naruto, Sasuke and Hinata have already came up with a plan. Hinata activates her Byakugan and rushes at them. They're thinking, wow, they're sending her in? Wow, watch a bunch of... And as they swing, thinking weaklings, Hinata using her Byakugan barely dodges it and lands a nice hit right onto Jiraiya's stomach. And he was a bit cocky. And Naruto noticed this and told Hinata to target him. And Itachi thinking, damn it, that one's actually strong. Now I get why Naruto likes her. But as he's thinking this, Naruto's appeared in front of him. But we all know Itachi. He was like, you really think that's going to work on me? But unknown to Itachi, Naruto's always been holding back when he's training. And he uses his full speed, which he actually lands a decent blow on the chin, causing Itachi to activate his Sharingan. Getting ready. And Itachi seeing it, and Kakashi seeing Itachi, the one fabled for the most strongest, most superior Sharingan. As this happens, the Uchiha clan was never massacred. He pulls out his Sharingan as well. And Sasuke isn't mad at this, he just assumes that it was a gift, which was already explained to him. And the training begins. Sasuke goes for Itachi as well as Naruto. And they land a good amount of hits. They get 3 hits on the Itachi each. But Itachi decides that's it. And activates a Genjutsu just enough for him to get away and recover a bit. So they start tag teaming Kakashi. And as Kakashi backs up, their plan works. Sasuke puts his hands out as if he was about to hit a volleyball. Naruto jumps on it and using his chakra boost all the way towards Jiraiya, landing a good punch in him, knocking him out. And then he grabs Hinata and chucks her at Kakashi, and she blocks all his chakra points. And she's far superior, she's been training quite a bit. And then Naruto rushes at Itachi, and using his full speed pummels him. And they're laughing all, until they realise something. Wait a minute, that was too easy. And this is where their reality breaks. They're all on the floor. Itachi's looking at them smiling, saying, so that's what you thought would happen? Do you really think we're that weak? And this is where Naruto, Sasuke and Hinata realise, damn it, again Jutsu. And that's it for this episode, guys. I've left it a bit longer, so this was a 2K special. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you hit that 75 like goal. Make sure you like, subscribe and share with your friends like always. And the views on my channel have been going down lately, which is a bit worrying. And I'm going to be honest. At first, I didn't do YouTube for money. But you're lying if you never wanted money. So I do partly do YouTube for the money of it. I also do it for the fun. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys saying I don't do this for money. Because the other day I got my first payment, as some of you guys know if you're on my Insta. So yeah, the views on my channel have been going down, so I must think of ways to change that. But I'm not saying I'm quitting YouTube or cancelling any What If that has low views, by the way. I'm just saying. So make sure you share with your friends and all that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, and see you guys later. Thanks. Peace out. All the other random intros that other YouTuber does. And bye.